Here's my audience of 5. Hi, my name is Mackenzie Shannon, and I'm an education major from Katy, Texas. When I think back to a year ago, senior year of high school specifically, I think, wow, a lot can happen in such a short amount of time. But what happened to me made me realize that family is so important. It changed where I wanted to go to college completely, and it gave me a new perspective on life. It's very infrequent that a year can do so much and change so much for you, but it did just that for me. What happened to me was very rare and unexpected, and it couldn't have been foreseen. The day after 9/11, at about 5 o'clock in the morning, I woke up with really bad stomach pain. And I went downstairs and I told my mom that my stomach was really hurting. And she told me to just go back upstairs, try to sleep it off, it would probably be okay. So I came back upstairs, tried to sleep, but it wouldn't go away. It just hurt so bad. So I went back downstairs and eventually I started puking, and that's when I think she realized that, okay, like maybe we need to take her somewhere. So we went to the ER and we got into a room and they just kind of took my weight and all that, just the usual stuff. So, and then we got into another room and then they tried to get my IV and stuff and just do all that stuff. And I was told by my mom that I went pale super pale, like as white as a sheet of paper, and that's when I kind of started fading out. Like I felt myself kind of like drifting away, and the nurses were rushing trying to get an IV in me, and they couldn't find a vein because I was starting to like kind of fade off. And that's when my mom suggested try her ankle, and they got one in my ankle. And then after that, they rushed me to the triage room and tried to get me stable. Once I was stable, they were like, okay, we probably need to do surgery because something's obviously wrong. Something's not right. So there was a 90% chance it was appendicitis. It was supposed to be a simple, easy, and quick surgery. Out in about 2 to 3 days. It was going to be easy. So they prepared me for surgery, and I went into surgery, and once I got out, I was in the ICU, and I was like, Mom, did they get it? Like, am I going to go home? Is everything okay? And that's when she was like, no, it wasn't appendicitis. It was actually a twisted colon. And it was 3 times the size of a normal one also. So this is the thing that kind of changed a lot of things for me. The first of them, realizing how important family is and how important it is to have good people like that in your life. Because that whole week that I was in ICU and recovering at home, my mom, my dad, my step-parents, my brothers, my grandparents, friends from school, everyone was there for me. And without them, I don't know that I could have gotten through what I did. They showed me so much love and support, making it somewhat bearable. And like my mom, when I was in the hospital, she helped me with I couldn't do anything. I just had major surgery. I had my stomach cut open. She helped me walk again. She helped me do everyday things again. Helped me with breathing exercises, everything. And not that I ever took family and friends for granted in the past, but this experience gave me such a high level of gratitude and appreciation. And I realized I'm so lucky to have such amazing people in my life and people that are just so caring. Not only did this effect of my family being there for me throughout this whole thing change that part of my understanding about them, it influenced my college decision as well. I was going to go to Texas Tech before my accident. I was set on that school. They had a great education program. I just fell in love with it, and I had everything figured out. I was going to go to Texas Tech. But after my surgery and my experience, my desires did a complete 360. There's no way I could have gone that far from home, 9 hours from where I live, and it just wasn't going to happen. So, but I realized that College Station was my new home, and that's where I wanted to go, and I'm glad I did because it's one of the best decisions I've made. And so not only did my experience make me realize even more than I already did how important family was and how great it is to have those kind of people in your life, and not only did it lead me to where I am today, but it also taught me to enjoy every moment no matter what it is. Everything in life to enjoy because you never know what could happen. Because before my accident, I was always in a rush. I just kind of wanted to get to the next stage in life. I just wanted to get to where I was going to be, just get to the next step. And now I enjoy everything, whether it's homework, working out, or long drives, just boring things that people would usually classify as mundane. I try to enjoy. And I try to find the positive in every outcome, even the bad ones like this, because if we just sit around and kind of think, oh, well, that's not a good way to live life, so why not enjoy it? So finding the positive in things like this is hard to do, but if you do, you can have a much more fulfilling life, and that's exactly what it's done for me. My experience was very mentally and physically challenging, but I can honestly look back at it with a smile, because as crazy as it sounds, I consider what happened to me a blessing in disguise, because it changed my outlook on everything. And without realizing it, it guided me to exactly where I needed to be and who I needed to be. Thank you.